international amnesty. You have to be, forgiveness have to be a part of your heart. It has to be genuine. In order for it to be strong, it has to be just like any other muscle, you have to exercise it. So you have to do forgiveness for you to get stronger and better. You got to do it. Yeah, that's the rule. There's nothing else. Okay, here's the luck that we have. It's something lucky. It's the luckiest thing. I don't care what nobody call it. Now I'm talking personal. Whatever the rules was of the game, well, our game, I always stuck to them. No tattletales. I ain't never told them. They go back all the way. They ain't got nothing on me in little kids' schools when we little kids, because that was the rule. That was our rule. You don't tell on no brother. Technically, you can't tell on nobody. You can't tell on white boys. You can't tell on nobody. You can't do it. It's against the rule. It didn't make no difference to me how many people broke that rule. I wasn't going to break it. I never did. The police in Oakland, you saw the arrest stuff. How can you do that? How can people be arrested like that? It's not possible. Anybody can be arrested those many times. My lawyer said that they don't know how to deal with people that have scruples. They're trying to convince me to work with them. I never even considered it. I never considered jumping off the Bay Bridge. I never considered it. I just never considered it. The Golden Gate Bridge. I never considered nothing like that. I just never considered joining the police. They were bad people. You think they was bad then? You ought to see them now. Right? All the stuff niggas do. You know, I hope my friend, one of my friends, he was big. He still is big. He just don't have as much money. He was telling me a year and a half ago, I was saying, you know, think you might want to ride with me on this. You know, in other words, you want to go along, you know, ride with me. When we was riding a big car, you want to ride me, you want to go along with this big, no. And I said, man, I'm sincere about this. I wouldn't, you know. He said, I forgot what he was talking about. He said, you didn't tell me nothing about sincerity and honesty and all that. He said, remember when you got out first and he had a beautiful woman. Everybody liked her. A lot of niggas was slipping around while he was gone, but it didn't make no difference to him. She can't wear nothing out, you know. Anyway, so I'm not going to get into too many details because I don't want to let alone who it is. Anyway, the guy, the sister was having a little bit of trouble. The guy was stalking her. So one of our partners, now we all friends, he was getting out a little ahead. So he went by and took care of the guy. He didn't disappear, but he whooped him so bad he disappeared. Then it made everything right. But he told his sister, you know, they called him Big Black Penis, like, you know. He was kind of a pimp and just general hustler. To my friend's woman, we're all friends. Now that was almost, it's not common, but I didn't perform a good service just in case you been, you know, laid back all this time and feel a little lonely, I'll help you out. Basically what it meant. So he said, when you got out a little ahead of me, you went, you visited my woman, you visited the family, and you told my son, because the mother went out for a while, I gave him a stack of hundreds and told him, I had forgotten about it totally. When I leave, give this to your mother. So it won't be no grateful, nothing. It won't be nothing. It'll be just like, so he told me. So my son told me, he said, I gave the money to Mama, and after he left, he said, you don't have to tell me about sincerity and honesty and all that crap. I know about that. Just this, what you doing? And see, they used to come to the Muslim meetings and all that. In fact, this guy is one of them he's a social animal. So he would bring almost everybody. You know, and even his woman, or one of his women, when they would come to the Masjid too. And so, one of the same ones, they said, he told her, go drop off this, go do that. And she said, didn't I tell you to go do this and go do that? He said, finally, didn't I tell you what the blankety blank is wrong with you? Hank said, this is hurting the people. He said, you ain't going there no more. Hank is my friend, not your friend. So he was telling me, man, I told that girl, that you my friend, not they. You know, so because they saw what was going on. And they really come out and say, here's the point I'm making. Whatever the rules were. Y'all have seen the Islamic rules. We have a meeting here, all the big-time Negroes, they filibuster me and our masjid.
Which made us hot.
Yeah, but
we were hot.
Sure,
you told us to calm down, but we was hot.
Sure. That ain't the first time when they was forming. Man, they do it all the time. But all of those people, they have crickets and skillets and fear and whatever they had, isolation, depression. They've been all the shows, and they depressed. We ain't been on none of them. We ain't depressed. We fired up for many reasons. What we're doing now, so it's clear where they was headed. But this is not the end of our story. That's the end of his story. We're not going for that. They're not going to put us in cold storage, and nobody knows about doing this next stage. You're talking about, it's not for publicity, it's for education and training and preparation for a global transition. That's what our job is. Our unique responsibility is the United States of America. But like he was an internationalist, we was internationalists without even paying attention to it. We are internationalists now. Our brothers, whether it's South Africa, whether it's Sri Lanka, you've been watching the news about Sri Lanka and the little problem. Look, burning some mosque and all that, and candy and all them places. Okay. Very well known in Sri Lanka. So they have to, in fact, when we would be there, Christian, Muslims, and Buddhist unity is what we would be pushing. And we did a pretty good job. Because the majority is Buddhist. Oh, they look like regular Indians, saris and all that. Christians are maybe 7%, Muslims about 7%. And we'll be pushing harmony and unity. Because, they ask, can you get along with Christians? I said, of course, everybody I know is a Christian. A couple of Muslims in America, but the rest of everybody, all our families is all Christians. And preachers, half our relatives is preachers. And that's what they do, preach. They don't know a whole lot, but they be talking plenty. Let's move on. So we want to mention actions, not names, in order to teach. except in legal affairs. Legal affairs will have to use names. That's dealing with the court. And the court already got all the names anyway. Again, it's not arrogance, but nobody's been this far before. Would you turn the heat on just a pinch? Nobody's been this far before. Not that I read about. Everybody was a victim of the system and wanted to get their voice heard a little. But nobody has had a strategy to liberate the people. I mean, this little black stuff here and there. So this is a trial run for the big one. The system did not anticipate us. They didn't anticipate us. Nobody that I know anticipated us. When abdul-alim was doing their stuff, peripheral vision, he'd be running this game, and you could see when he thinks that I'm in charge. And then Bahia would give off the feeling too, yeah, he's in charge. Yeah. Everybody else would give off the feel like he's in charge. And I would let them know he's in charge. He's running everything. No matter who it was, no matter what the scheme was. And I would feed them whatever it took to keep them puffed up. So I would mention Halle Berry in the way that they presented Halle Berry, but I didn't think that. Halle Berry was a part of the curly-headed crew. And they want to ruin your reputation, so if she's supposed to marry me, but he marry her, then she hook her up to commit some type of, because all niggas is niggas now, they figure it out. She's a nice young lady. And he's sympathetic with people who get abused by others. Actually, that's kind of true, And I don't hold nothing against nobody for being a fool. I don't call people sluts and tramps. I just don't, because that ain't no way to be. So, but I would notice down in LA, leave here and hold up 1 block away from me. That means that's a trap. But it's not interesting. Anybody else, they would walk right out of their apartment. Ain't nobody down there, but they'll walk from this apartment right through the alley, straight over to As-Sabiqun, headquarters on the other block, from the Shia joint to the Sunni joint. And I'm staying at the Shia joint, but I could tell the Shia joint is a sister joint to the Sunni joint. They're not my friends. Everybody's pretending. Imam Musa is not running anything. It is made up exactly like I would picture it. Headquarters is just like the brothers was during the early part of the revolution. All the pictures on the wall, all is set up just like that. So it's going to warm the heart. Why is it going to warm the heart? Because the people in the biggest office, if I was down there sometime, and I'm looking at one of the famous pictures with a feeling of melancholy. Beheshti is laying on the ground, sleeping in the Sunni, where he used to live. The Rahbar is leading the prayer. Rafsanjani is right there in the background. So the Iranian brother says to me, that period will never come again. He forgets that he told me this 20 years ago. You know, the FBI has done their job here. I don't think they have. What's going on? If you're here, still here, it don't take a whole lot of sense to figure. You know, once you've been around this stuff, it's all easy to figure out. But I don't tell the people till today that I've been knowing what doggone headquarters was all the time. I've been knowing who everybody was all the time. Day one, everybody has a sign on. I sent by so-and-so. This is my first assignment, my second assignment. All of that is clear, you know. And all their assignments was easy. You know why? Every other nigga followed the program. If he was supposed to be cut down by money, he accepted. If he was supposed to be cut down by women, he accepted the cutie pie. Everybody. That's all normal stuff. That's all the spy movies. What do they catch everybody with? Honey. Right? After those things, they ain't got a whole lot to use. Maybe they try to scare you. But if you got knots, white man knots on your head and foot marks in your behind, and you still alive and don't have you can't humiliate. You know, a lot of people get humiliated by a butt kicking. When the 6th district was right over here, you know the time Sister Bahia and them called about 4 years ago, when I was arrested over there, and they said, they called me, her and the big-headed woman called me. I know if you have something with the police, don't call me, because I can't help you with the police. Because the first thing I'm going to start doing is hollering and cussing everybody out. So don't call me. So if you call me, that means that I just took everything out of my pockets and make sure I'm clean, as they would say, because I'm going to jail when I go over there. So I go over and I play with them. So when they want to take me downtown, when they got downtown to the jail, I said, you know, white folks do it all the time. So the lady said, he's depressed. Can't you get it? So they handcuffed me and left me handcuffed myself. They took me over to the hospital over there, Southeast. It was like the hospital when they took me over in Oakland. Blood pressure 275 or something. I said, now I know this is a damn lie. It's the same thing they said in Oakland. Only reason I knew it in Oakland because the next week I got bit by one of the mean dogs, what's the pit bulls. You know, a lady walking around holding it and tied the dog, went in the liquor store and tied the damn dog to the telephone pole. Me like a fool, I just strolled by. I saw her walking with the dog. I just strolled by that mutt, and that mutt bit me, and them cheeks bit me right down. Them boys was deep, and I felt my sock warm up with blood. So my ex-wife took me to the hospital, the same hospital I was when they took me to the crazy house. They said your blood pressure is 135/80, almost normal. And I'm bitten by a dog. So if it's 105, if it's a week later it's 135, and when they took me to the crazy house, they said your blood pressure is 200, they got 95 or something. I said, man, my eyes would be red, busted, head veins would be sticking. What are you talking about? So in other words, it's a lie. But anyway, so we've avoided all the traps. You know, what made this game simple and easy to win? Ethics. Ethics. Ethics and morals is whatever you want to call it. We won this game because of ethics. Without ethics, we couldn't have beat none of this stuff. Without ethics. I mean, real ethics also mean non-fear, not just a moral good guy, but deep-rooted ethics. Okay, we're going to speed up. So the system didn't anticipate us being here. They didn't think they would wind up here at this same historic. They did not think they would wind up here. Think back to the system. Do you think they expected, when we came here 29 years ago, do you think they expected us to still be here? Didn't expect it. You could tell by the troops they sent out. They first sent out their first troops, the gun sellers. I gotta get you some gun. Oh no, damn guns. I'm not gonna pull no gun. I really, you know, the Russians that came here the other day, you notice they didn't come back Friday.
Yeah, I think they were coming.
No, they were running around animated, we gotta get, and they're trying to get me to say about rebellion and revolution. I said, we're having an evolution here, not a revolution. You think we want a revolution like y'all did, the Russian Revolution? White Army, Red Army? You think we want to have, like our friends had, Chairman Mao, Chiang Kai-shek, them? You know how many people they lost in them revolutions? So maybe Robespierre, you boys ever read about Robespierre and them? The French Revolution? Good God Almighty. The Red Terror, the guillotine, that's when the guillotine became popular. You just get out of line and off you go to the Gillette shop. That's what the Gillette guillotine. I said, boy, them people are serious. I said, I'm sorry. That ain't what about that? They asked me the same question. They don't supposed to speak English, but one of them. And I'm giving the answers, and they telling others, ask them to say this, ask them to say that, ask them to say this. I said, man, not that I know Russian, I just happen to have been around them a little bit, you know, in Africa and other places. You know. But I know one thing. If you don't know English, how you know everything I'm saying and making faces?